Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
We did.
I'm trying to be savvy enough now to change the lights. So it's orange today. It was blue yesterday for Salt Lake.
Right.
But of course, our lighting, I got to figure out the lighting so I don't look like a Victorian ghost.
Yes. Do we have some green for Potomac coming up?
I mean, watch this. Potomac.
And then we'll need like red for New York eventually. Yeah.
Red, there you go.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah.
These stupid TikTok lights that I bought. We got purple if we need it.
There's no, I guess Potomac is like purple and blue, but.
Right. Where are we now?
We're Orange County.
There we go. There's
Orange County.
So, yes. That was a pretty good episode.
I thought it was, yes. There almost, I didn't totally love it. You know, I think there was a little like, like the sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Yeah, I mean,
you didn't fully like it. What do you mean? What was not to like?
I thought it was like a little, I don't know, like slower in some parts, and I always could do without Vicki because
I was trying to think of who wasn't awful in that episode. Like who, like they were all like in one form or another, and I'll get there eventually. Some form of just self-absorbed.
Gina was pretty okay.
Gina was okay for once, but
the fact that she like was both like comforting Shannon at one point and then comforting at the episode Alexis.
Right.
I thought she was okay.
I think though that Katie and Jennifer, both of them were just like, we're just here.
Oh yes, Katie and yes.
But yeah, at some point, every one of them just made it about themselves in a way that I just was not expecting.
It's funny because it was so much like wholesome-ish like family stuff, and then we went to like the Tamra peeing on a
yeah. Also, that's so embarrassing.
I mean, Tamra just like, you know, gives no Fs.
I mean, I guess I would do something silly like that, but not if I was on national television. But I guess if you've been on national television as long as she has and doing a reality show, it's like, what's another thing to be embarrassed about?
Right. And I think people are like, oh, look, you know, Tamra moved on. It's like, yep, but she still didn't drive her car into a house. Yeah. I'm going to stand by that. I'll die on that hill, that DUI hill. But anyway,
so the first half of the show was...
We'll get to her.
Yeah. So the first half of the show was basically, what would you say?
Yeah, I think it was, you know, Jenn having a conversation with her son. Which is, you know, sad that he, you know, didn't... I feel like there's some things he wasn't saying that was about his space not being respected. You know, maybe it was the whole, like, moving around, like going from that house to the house that they, you know, had to eventually leave and out of Ryan's. Right. And, you know, he said, like, even though dad has a one bedroom, at least we respect each other and each other's spaces. So it's not ideal living in a one bedroom with your dad, but it's better than maybe like all of what's going on with his siblings and his mom in Ryan's house.
Right. Well, now
he just wasn't saying a lot.
Well, of course. I'm just, you know, a 17-year-old or however, just turned
17
on national, you know, on a reality show talking to another, you know, it's kind of weird. You know,
you can tell he was also kind of like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah. And so I have to take back what I just said earlier. I said Jennifer did not make it about herself.
Oh, right.
But totally made it about herself there. Like
in that moment of like, I see so much of myself in you, and it's like he has to end up comforting her.
Yes, exactly. And so part of me was like, just like, well, one, I was like, did my mom ever do that sort of stuff to me? Like I was kind of thinking back and like wondering, because my mom had been called, you know, a little narcissistic here and there by people. But I never, you know, I don't think she really was. But it made me wonder if how often I fell for one of those tactics where it's like, you know, oh, you know, I know you're upset, but now I'm going to tell you why that upsets me.
Right. Let's bring it back here.
Yeah. It was kind of weird. Like, I don't think Jennifer was doing it on purpose, but I wonder how much of that sort of behavior can be subconscious or unconscious.
Right. Because like that's how she's been, and now you know she has to. I did like when again she was talking about herself. The idea of this is not where I was supposed to be. You know, I should have had things figured out, and she wants better for her kid. She doesn't want him to be in the same spot, at her when he gets to her age, So that was like, it sucks. We've all had that. Like, I didn't think I would be here. I thought I would, be more established, or like, this is not the path I was meant to take. And so I felt for that moment. I was like, I get it. And then that was very relatable.
No, I can totally see her, reason to be invested and, to be maybe on his back or, on his case about a lot of things. I'm like any parent does, but it did, I don't know. It did seem like it was a little, she was going really hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
But, we don't know all the details and, so. But it had to be a lot if he's like, I'd rather go stay at dad's. And it was really nice that he quickly said, like, I'm just closer to him, but I want
to be close.
I want to be close to you.
Yeah.
It's not how it is,
Right.
So that's got to be a hard thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think in any situation, like actually having to address like the actual feeling between, you and your parents, like in a negative way,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, tough to do. So, I mean,
on camera.
Yeah. More power to him.
For sure.
Are you eyeing the cat?
Well, I'm like, what's that commotion? And it's like them like running up the stairs.
If we had more cats, they would probably be surrounding us. It'd be our little cat audience. And we could do a show.
That's why you only have as many cats as humans in a household.
Never more cats than...
No.
What happens if we have a kid? Can we get a third cat?
Yeah.
Has to be a kitten, though, right?
It has to be a kitten.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That's funny. That caught me off guard. I liked that.
So,
so there's that family moment, and then we go to mother-daughter candle making, which I liked too. Actually, I don't know why I'm listening like so. Not ragging, but like not like 100% like, yeah, I love the episode, but there were a lot of things I liked. So yes, I liked the mother-daughter candle making. I liked seeing Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
and meeting Katie's daughter, whose name I can't think of.
I can't think of it either.
I like that they both had like confessionals. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, like I think on any other franchise that would be irritating, but I was just kind of like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because they're both very nice, level-headed girls. But what Sophia was saying about like, I don't want to have kids, and
you mean Sophia's blonde evil twin who just magically showed up?
Sunny. She was very like smart and level-headed, and as was Katie's daughter, of like, I'm not gonna let some guy like boss me around or gaslight me. And
yeah, but it was kind of sad, the kind of narrative that they gave to Katie's daughter, which was like, or I guess Katie gave to her daughter.
She was disappointed by her father, and it's a thing that happens, that your relationship with your parents infiltrates, it infers your relationship with others, romantic partners in the future. So it sucks that she has that viewpoint of like, I can't trust men because my dad let me down.
Yeah.
And maybe Sophia will have that down the road too. I like that they kind of like got into a bit of like the divorce is really hard on all of us, and it wasn't, because this narrative keeps getting put her out there like, oh, Tamra's a horrible mother, and like, it's all her fault. That's why her kids don't talk to her. And it's like, well, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, I felt it did feel a little icky, especially I think because they've been, like you were saying earlier, like you thought that Tamra and Simon had been like getting towards a better place.
I thought they were in an okay place, not like friends, but like when she left the show, he had just been diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, the focus is like, okay, we got to focus on Simon. Like, again, I don't love him anymore.
Father of her children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would affect my children. And I guess things have changed
Apparently.
in those 4 or 5 years.
What I felt there was a little bit indeed for them to be kind of saying what a horrible father that,
Yeah, like, I hate him. It's like, it's an honest thing to say, but it's also like,
No, I mean, yeah, with Tamra and her confessional saying whatever she wants, that's fine. But I think around the kids, they were both kind of really making this suggestion that, your dads are pieces of shit. And like,
I don't think they were saying those exact words,
but it was well understood. And, I having been in a similar situation, where, I may or may not have agreed with it. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's how the girls talk to their mothers, and that's their shared opinion about their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I was just like, well, it feels like,
Mm-hmm.
they're just ragging on this guy. And granted, we know some horrible things, but we don't know the whole story.
Exactly. The same thing. Like I'd say you shouldn't rag on Tamra and say like, oh, your daughter's not talking to you.
Right.
I'm not going to flip it around on Simon and say like, oh, you're a horrible dad. That's why Spencer and Sophia, too many S names.
Right.
Don't talk to you. So
Exactly.
it's like we don't know all the logistics, and they gave us like a little bit of insights in this episode with her confessionals, but there's so much more, and it's like 5 different people in this family, and everyone has a side and an opinion, and like why they're not talking to one person versus like close to another.
Right.
So it's just there's so many layers we don't even know. So
but that's like a astute point. Like everyone assumes Tamra did something horrible with Sydney.
They think that she chose the show over Sydney.
Yeah, and I mean that may or may not be true.
Chose fame over
also,
her daughter.
Yeah, what's the flip side of that? No one's really saying how awful must Simon be.
Right.
I
think that, because the thought is that she would get on the show, her marriage broke up, she'd rather be famous and be on the show than be married to Simon. But I think if they were really a solid couple, the show couldn't have destroyed them.
It seemed like there was some other problems brewing beforehand.
Exactly.
What I saw.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's not get back that far in the past. And I think we should move on off this. I mean, it's one of those things where, I don't know, it's interesting to dissect, but there's not really many places we can go with it because we don't know the details, and then eventually it's just boring to think about. So
right, yeah. But I think that's what people say about Tamra. Like she's
I get you.
Fame and Housewives over like whatever.
Maybe she did. I mean,
I don't think she did. Again, I think that marriage is going to fall. I think she would even say it was going to like fall apart.
Yeah.
But yes.
It seemed evident to me in that first season that I was like, this does not seem like a happy couple.
Oh, and we were watching, in the non-HD.
It was very painful.
That was very painful.
What happened? So... did they ever make their candles? Like, I was curious how that turned.
They did, because they're like, oh, mine smells really good. And
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I must have been eating too many cookies.
Yes. You're a sugar.
I would like to go candle making at some point.
It looked really fun. Yeah.
Wonder how.
I think it's better than making your own perfume.
I'd do that too.
Candle, you'll use it more though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or just once though. Well, I guess the cologne, we never wear cologne anymore anyway.
We can burn the candle many times.
You can burn the cologne too, I bet.
Candle is just cologne, but in a solid form.
Right.
What else? I was a bit of Vicki and okay.
What?
So here's the thing. Let's go on the road. Let's let's do our little show that I'm sure is like really awkward and not that great. And then they did make it. They could have cut it out, but they definitely showed her, ordering a drink. Shannon.
I thought you were just going to be then they showed the dancing. They could have cut that out.
Oh, well, that too. And she was doing like that.
How silly the whole thing is.
And the hat and so bad. Tamra just dodged the bullet. No, my thing is oh God, our cats are literally
they're playing. They're playing.
Cats.
Who can play?
The fact that they showed her ordering the drink and they showed her taking the shot on stage, I'm not going to let it go. I don't understand why she's still drinking.
But what more do you want her to, again?
Not drink on camera. I want her to...
For the sake of being on camera.
Not even on camera. Again, this is just me, and I'm going to be big judgester, Tamra Judge. If I got a DUI, I would stop drinking. I would re-examine my relationship with alcohol. Mm-hmm. And it's not just this one instance. It's what we've heard before about her. I went on the whole rant on it last week. I'm not going to do it again.
Okay.
It bugs me every time she does it. And it bugs me how the audience is just like, oh, whatever. Like when she said,
and everyone started applauding.
Yeah. She's like, I got a DUI. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, no, wait for her to get to the whole, I'm examining, I feel bad about it, whatever. But they're just like, yeah, Shannon.
And you're just supporting her. That was applause.
It's blind support. I don't care. No. I don't care if you're even my favorite. If you're like Teddy or Portia, if you fuck up, sorry, now it's explicit.
Damn it. Click that E. All right.
If you do that, then I'm going to...
Fuck you for making me click that E, by the way, you fucker.
I don't know why that came out.
Lisa Barlow.
Fuck you, Lisa Barlow.
Moving on.
If you can be my favorite of favorites, but if you mess up, it's just, I'm going to call you out on it. And it's like, not that it's like me, like I need to call you out, like I'm like, judge and jury, but like in my mind, it's just not all right. And I just can't go along with it and like blindly support. I don't blindly support anybody except my husband.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've already had like 8 DUI. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Never had that. But that led me to think that like watching Vicki be like, even Vicki said, she took the time to, turn her life around and quit drinking. Oh, wait, she didn't do that. And she wasn't being shady. I just think that that's when you're saying those words.
Yes.
The natural next thing to say is, and then you quit drinking.
Yes.
And
but then she's like, but she stopped drink driving. She's not going to do that again.
Yeah, and it made me wonder, like, maybe this is a huge victory. She's stopped drunk driving. She's doing it all the time, and now she's doing it never the time.
She was like Uber schmoober.
Yeah.
And now she's like, no, I'm going to take some time and get in that Uber.
Yeah.
I've had too many tequilas.
Yeah. And
I've had too many sips.
Or now her whole situation is I'm only going to drink when I have no reason to drive at all.
Right. Nowhere to be.
Car.
Like home alone with my phone.
Yeah.
Drinking and
calling my friends.
Yeah, calling my friends.
So I mean, I think you're being a little harsh.
I am
think
being
the
harsh.
only way you're not being harsh is that she is on a national television show. She is on a show. She does, as a celebrity of sorts, have an image to uphold and send the best image that she's going through this and continuing to have some drinks.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I think, if you're going to claim a social responsibility because of your celebrity, I think she should have acted on that. But she isn't claiming that, and so she's just having some drinks after she had made.
Yeah, and it's also too.
And she's learned from it. She's not continuing to go.
Yeah, and it's the relationship with alcohol. It's because, I don't think I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but I don't think I'll be as hard on Karen because I don't think Karen is calling up Giselle drunk every night, being like, "Oh, Ray did this to me and his old Ray balls,"
Let's get off the drunk driving.
Yeah, So I'm going to be harsh, but even though I love Alexis, I'm going to be harsh on her towards the end of the episode. We'll get into that.
Oh God,
because I again, if you do wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. We'll get there.
Yeah, there's so many ways.
Yeah.
So, just the way she came in and did the whole like, you guys, and they had to make an entire segment in return of what's happening. That alone was just unnecessary drama.
Okay, so we're getting there now. Okay.
I mean, was there something before that that's worth getting?
Well, we need. I mean, before they. I mean, we'll get to the Emily and the Jeans thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, yes. So she shows up. And I feel like there was so much that was cut out of that because I think there's like a full-on spiral because like, that didn't seem as wackadoo as Emily was making it seem. So I feel like there was more wackadoo behavior where she even got to the point where she said, it's too much with John and Shannon, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So and also feel like the show sometimes, the season feels a little disjointed because like there's so much that we're not seeing.
Right.
And it's not balanced.
Yeah, I believe and I think it's unfortunate because I believe on one hand the things that we've heard from Alexis in different interviews and stuff about how she had a lot going on and like they didn't necessarily show all of that. Mm-hmm. And so the things that they decided to show was everything she's ever said about John.
Right, because like as Tamra said the other day on the pod, she cried a lot about her mom, because it was so fresh. It was. We forget it's like just a few months after her mother passed away, she started doing a show.
But all that aside, like the way they were editing her, I can't with her. Like
it's really rough.
Everyone on the show is saying that as well. Like it's clearly the editors are like, let's go ahead and I think they're getting the audience to react this way. Like we're definitely being manipulated.
Tamra was like, there's too much going on. And again, when she and Emily were like hiding from them in the kitchen. There was so much more that happened in that scene that we didn't see. Yeah. And maybe they cut it out for the best because maybe it did show her in a bad light. So maybe, maybe like in that one.
We're second guessing ourselves too much.
I don't think no, it felt very disjointed. Like
I think you're right.
It was jumping all over the place. And then, there was much more because Emily was like, she is so wackadoodle tonight. And like from what we saw, I didn't see that necessarily. I thought she was being very dramatic, but I think there's much, much more.
I'm just wondering if
Yeah.
like, especially when it comes to this whole Alexis storyline that I really can't give two shits about in the first place
With John.
with John, like zero fucks given about it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, is it worth analyzing, or should we just go with what the editors and the production show?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not just going with what they show me because like I hear them all. I hear like she and Tamra, saying that there's more to it. So
Okay.
I mean, like every Housewives show, there's always more to it, and then the narrative they're trying. There's a narrative that the show chooses to go with, and if he doesn't fit that narrative, it gets cut off.
No, I get that.
Cut out.
Like, I don't know that I really, in this particular matter, am interested in the truth, and I'm like, I'll just go
I
for
am.
the entertainment value.
I am, because I don't think one person's like totally bad or totally on the wrong, and one person's totally on the right. Like I think Shannon's right in a lot of things, and I think
Oh, yeah.
Alexis and John are. So
I
there's
get what you're
no, everyone just, that's the thing too. Like when you're putting out a narrative as a show, someone has to be the villain and someone has to be the hero. And I just don't think Shannon is the absolute hero and Alexis is the absolute villain. However, in this episode, the fact that she made so much of this whole thing about herself, I was like, what are you saying? Like, you're not even thinking like about what Emily is saying here. It's not like, oh, I had to be next to Alexis as if she's slagging her. She's saying like, this is Barbie, and you put me in the same dress as Barbie, and like, of course I'm gonna look, bigger, and I feel insecure about it. And so Alexis ran with that of like, what? I'm Barbie?
It's because Alexis came in feeling something, wanting to be the center of attention,
Right.
and then Emily took it away. And so she had to snatch it back. And so like, oh, I'm going to make it about me. And she has the emotional intelligence of a spoon. And so she just ends up like, I don't know, everything just seemed very, very high school, and all that interaction with Alexis. Like, she's like, I need this spotlight back on me. I'm going to have a temper tantrum and get it back.
I think, but then there was that moment of self-awareness of this was not, even though she's not leaving John, like should not have been with John so soon after losing my mother and after breaking up with my fiance and then like hopping onto the show. It's way too much.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that she could say like, oh, I wasn't supposed to be here, not like on the show, but like with John, it's like, okay, you at least understand it, That's why I don't think she's like 100% like, I'm going to ruin Shannon Bedore's life.
No, I don't think she.
I
don't think that's what she's trying to do either.
But that's what that people are painting her as. That she came on, that Tamra brought her on as her friend. We'll get to that with the specific purpose of like getting Shannon. And it's like, that's not the case.
No, I agree. I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, like,
I think I just get really fired up about things because I don't like absolutes. People like talking in absolutes of like, oh, she's the worst thing ever and everyone hates her and and like Shannon's the best thing since whatever. It's there's more to it. And that's maybe that can be getting more invested. I feel things. I'm an empath. I am the Kristen Daffy of this relationship. Like, I just feel things really deeply.
Yes.
And I feel for these reality stars.
You're so full of shit. No,
I feel all the things, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
You know me. You know, like why, yeah.
So I feel bad for Emily, for Gina being kind of stuck there to be like, yeah.
Well, just like rubbing her back as she's like, like reapplying her makeup. And
I know I didn't explain myself well when we were watching it, but I just think it's very hilarious. Like, if like just that women bond over like, oh, you want to feel better now? Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the bathroom and we'll make you feel good. And then I was thinking, like, if that was two of our guy friends, like if like, God forbid you're like, oh, I feel like an ass, I've just embarrassed myself. No, none of one we know is like, oh, should we go to the bathroom? I need a brief moment to breathe. They'd be like,
let's get a shot.
You want to get a shot? You want to like what do you want to like?
Let's take our mind off of it.
Yeah.
Like, women are like, let's build each other up. Men are like, let's do whatever we can not to focus on the thing.
Right. Or they instead of and not getting a shot, be like, do you want to sit here awkwardly saying nothing?
Yeah. Oh, what's this on my phone?
But no, I think it's very interesting that that's something. It's like, oh, they're very it's nurturing more so than like they're taking care of each other, which is very interesting.
Right.
And then I also got the feeling that Gina just did not want to be taking care of her. She's like, oh, I gotta.
She's looking around like, oh shit.
She's like, this is the girl code. I gotta do this.
Oh shit. And now I'm Jennifer Coolidge. Oh no.
Oh no.
I gotta take care of ya. You're feeling bad. You need a makeover. Oh no.
So anyway.
Coffee.
So,
but then you get to like, but yeah, she was just like being insane in this instance of making this whole thing about her when really it's about Emily's pain. And then like they get into it at the end and Emily freaking calls her a friend.
That was
breaks the fourth wall.
Your friend? What are you even doing here?
So funny, but
I love it. I saw that on Instagram and I was like, oh, I ruined it. But like, I'm glad I did because it was kind of buried.
You could have easily I missed it. Like when you said that to me, I was like, what do you mean she said that? And then we had to rewind. I'm like, oh,
funny. But the whole Emily of it all and the Heather of it all.
Okay.
Like, I can totally see how Heather could get defensive about it.
Right.
Because obviously it was, I don't believe it was Heather's intention, and I don't think Emily is saying that it was.
Right.
But she gets so defensive about it, and where Emily gets truly upset is when Heather starts condescending to her and starts like being defensive about it and not letting her talk.
He's like, oh, no, it's my turn now. Or something to that effect, she said. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Emily isn't trying to get you to apologize. She just wants to express that, like,
she wants to be heard.
Yeah. And I think Emily might have gone to blame Heather the longer she talked, but I think at the time that Heather got defensive, Emily was just really trying to share that, like, it sucks that this is her life, that, like, people look at her and might think, oh, the clothes that we made won't fit her. We need her to bring her own tees.
I totally understand that, but I also can see, and surprising, but I can also see Heather's point of view of like, you're playing this all at my door.
Right.
Like I caused you to have this spiral and go cry in the bathroom. And that's the picture you're painting when that wasn't my intention at all. I wasn't thinking or planning or plotting.
Right.
Not that Emily was saying that she was, but it's like basically saying like cause effect. You put me in this outfit and now I felt bad and spiraled and cried. I had to stand next to Jesus Jugs in her size 4 and in the same dress, size 2. Is it 2 or 4? In the same dress, and I feel bad. And it's like basically it Heather is the cause in this story.
Yeah.
And so I get Emily saying, I want to show you, I'm telling you how I feel, but I also can see Heather's point of view of like, especially I think also being on the show, I also think I don't know why she did this, because I don't think she was trying to have a moment at all. Why she didn't pull Heather aside and have this conversation.
Like she tried to do after the fact.
Right. It was too late. She was like, you should have reversed that. Like, it wasn't, she already had asked the opinion of Katie and Jenn on this. She spoke to Gina about it. So like, it didn't need to be a whole group scene. It could be like, can we go in the kitchen and, get a drink? And so I want to tell you how I feel. It would have been much more received. But I think when you approach a housewife in a group setting and you're laying something out their door, immediately they're going to get defensive and not hear what you're saying.
Right.
I feel like she would have been heard, Heather would have taken the time to hear her if she had done it away from the other ladies.
Right, because she could have spent more time making her concern like, all the little faces. No,
I just didn't, I get her feelings. Her feelings are valid, but she should have expressed it in a, like, away from everybody else. It would have gone off much better, I think.
That would have worked better, and I think Heather just responds that way, better that way as well.
Yeah.
Would have heard it. But
Katie wasn't wrong, too, about how Heather, like, wasn't taking the time to hear it and was still making it about her.
Yeah. But at least Emily made it very clear and turned around and said, the most housewife thing I've ever heard. I think I may want it on a T-shirt. But I'm trying to talk about myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I know she didn't mean for it to sound that way, but it was very much like,
yes,
like, I don't give a shit about your feelings right now. I'm trying to make you give a shit about me.
I want to talk about myself, not about you, Heather.
Yeah. And so everyone's fighting to like talk about themselves. Surprisingly, not Tamra.
But Tamra was very quick to be like, oh no, I'm on Heather's side. She was not trying to like make you feel bad. That's bullshit.
And meanwhile, you have Alexis over here just being
girl,
hysterical.
and like, and then Alexis like, and then she said that about me, and you could tell like Heather and Tamra like, no, it was, there was
you pine cone.
It reminded me of Dolores and Danielle and Teresa at the real estate, where like Teresa like rolls up like, I didn't like that, and it's like, it's not about you right now.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, Alexis, but it's not about you right now. Not about you.
Yeah. So that's what brings me back to Alexis is not doing herself any favors, whether it's production or not, whether there's another side to that story or not.
Yes.
That reaction to Emily's whole thing and not understanding it.
Both things can be true at the same time. Yes.
Yeah. Not doing ourselves any favor. And that's pretty much everything that happened, right?
I'm trying to think, like, Gina was just to support her friend.
Katie and Jennifer ate peanuts and popcorn and watched the festivities.
Right. Katie with like her facial expressions like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, we got new confessional looks.
Yes. Katie is stunning. She's absolutely stunning.
And that dress that was the
pink and it's very like Versace.
Very nice.
That was great. I liked the color of Gina's red dress,
but the structure of it was off.
I didn't like, and I didn't like the hair either. I didn't like the hair.
Weird.
And then we got a new one from Emily. I liked her hair better down, like it was like the black dress. And the hair up. It makes her look too like mother of the bride.
Yeah. They keep showing the, I don't know what to call that, Tamra look.
Which one?
The non-flattering.
Okay.
Tamra.
They did like a throwback to the purple dress one.
Oh, they did a little bit of that.
I like that one better.
The one with just her eyelashes are all weird and
her hair's bangs.
Something's going on, but it did make me go, well, no wonder she had that brow lift.
Oh, I didn't even notice the difference.
Melted candle. A lot of those, and it's made me think maybe she went too light on the makeup, and I was thinking if that's how she actually like looks. I mean, I can see why she might have wanted to get some work done.
I thought she looked fine like before and after the whole burning her face off.
I think she did look fine, but that one confessional that has yet to change is pretty harsh.
She needs a third one. Like I really feel like
you really need something.
Because it's like the purple dress and then the black outfit. There's no other one she has. Yeah, we need a third one.
We definitely need a third one.
We need a third look. Much like Heather's fashion show, we need a third look.
Everything.
Oh, and Jenn had a new look too. It was very simple and not very different.
I know.
Because she never does like anything different with her hair. But it was a silvery, blue silvery kind of top.
I'm sure I'll get used to it in the next few episodes. But I think overall, like I've been kind of.
Yes, I love how I started this episode like I don't know, but now I'm like all like blah blah blah, and I'm dropping f-bombs, and I'm
Yeah, I've been kind of slow to pick up on OC, and this one I think kind of went forward. It gave me more of what I wanted in a housewife show, and I think maybe it's also because I think I like seeing Emily have some camera time, and not just about like little sarcastic one-liners, and I'm sad that she's sad. I like Emily a lot, but it's nice to see kind of some stuff being focused not on Shannon, not on Tamra, not on and then Alexis tried to
yeah, I think I like having Shannon out there.
I think it would have been obviously very, very different had she been there. I think like I don't know, as someone who's never been a huge Shannon fan, I'm still trying to find out why everyone loves her so much.
Same, because I didn't watch all the seasons, so I don't really have the same affection. I don't dislike her, and I'm sure I'll enjoy, when it's without Alexis in London, when, But,
that'll be a good opportunity.
Right, that's for like coming up in a few episodes. But it was just, it was easier until like the shit hit the fan at the end of the episode, but. Yeah,
I like the focus
more
of Shannon.
Yeah, I like that the focus wasn't on like Shannon and John Jansen and the lawsuit and the whatever. Like it was a little bit in the beginning, but it wasn't like we had to like come to the final moment where like we're talking again about the John Jansen of it all.
The same way that I want Alexis to stop talking about John Jansen, I want Shannon to stop talking about John Jansen, and get to talking about whatever else is important in her life right now.
Right. And it's like we got like little sprinkles like with Alexis, And I get it, maybe her child does not want to have her talk fully about their experience. So that's why she's not like, we know because she put on her Instagram like a couple of years back, we know the situation, but it's a different thing on TV, like saying like my child is identifies as this and blah, blah, blah. So she just wants an equal world for all three of her children.
Right. And did we back up, like Heather Dubrow has 3 queer children?
Yes. I thought it was just 2.
And does she have a total of 3 children?
She has 4 children.
4 children. Okay.
Yes. So I only thought it was 2.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I thought it was just 1. So.
Well, I knew there was. Well, yeah. We're gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, I want to look.
But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, again, it's not something they talk about.
Yeah.
She talks about it, openly, but it's not something that comes up every day on a Housewives show.
Right.
Like, hey, who are your kids sleeping with, or who would they like?
Well, it's beyond who they're
I know
sleeping with.
all of that.
But. Yes. But no, if I was, she's like, oh, really, Meredith? I'll see your 1 and raise you 3.
Exactly.
Take that, Brooks Market, in your tracksuit.
Oh, I thought you were counting out words.
No.
Okay.
It's not 25 words. No, I was making, did I hold out 3 right?
No. You must be tired.
Extremely.
Well, then we should probably wrap this up.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it next time.
Until next time.